kind of hurt in a way to hear the sadness in their voices.
He got the idea after receiving emails from fathers in Iraq and Afghanistan.
My wife's going to have a baby while I'm gone. What am I supposed to do to maintain a relationship with this child? Or I just left and things are going on at home, or I just heard from my wife that my son got pulled over for speeding and lost his license or something. All these questions that these guys had about how can I stay involved and how can I be the best possible dad from 8,000, 10,000 miles away over long periods of time.
The letters came from wives, too.
I would get emails and letters from mothers as well saying, how can I help my kids get to know their dad? Because he came home and they're scared of him. They haven't seen him in a year. They don't even know who he is.
Armin Brott has written about parenting for years, and this time he's decided to focus on military fathers. The book is called The Military Father, a hands-on guide for deployed dads. It answers the kinds of questions some fathers may be afraid to ask.
How do I tell my kids that I killed somebody? Or do I tell them at all? Because they're going to ask.
Or the ones wives and mothers may ask.
Every time a door slams around here, my husband dives under a table. Or our daughter just tapped him on the back and said, "Hi, Daddy," and he turned around and he was ready to kill her. Not really ready to kill her, but these instincts that you develop.
He says it's important to realize that it's okay not to be very close when a parent is preparing for deployment.
Once you realize that it's a normal thing, people can kind of back off a little bit and they feel that, okay, we're going through this process and we just need to make an extra effort to be nice to each other because we're not really saying mean things about each other. It's this emotional stuff that's coming out in anticipation.
Brott says it's key to get systems in place to keep in touch while you're away.
You can order flowers in advance for a high school graduation or a birthday, or you can order something to be sent, or you can, for your wife, you can set up automatic bill pay.
But monitor communication during deployment.
I've talked to a lot of COs who were saying it's great that these guys are in touch with their family, but if a guy's wife calls up and says the washing machine overflowed and the living room is flooded, what is he going to do from someplace in the desert?
There's also a downside to technologies like Skype.
But then I heard from some moms, they'd say, when I talk to him on the phone, he can tell me everything's fine, and I believe it. When I get him on video, I can look in his eyes, and he's not fine. And I got to turn the video off.
Brott points out that military support groups are usually attended by women, but should be utilized more by dads who need help coping.
Guys don't, it's the old typical thing. We don't ask for directions. We don't ask for help. And so the guys would be welcome at these things. They're gender neutral. But they don't go because they just don't go.
So he says, bottom line, try to be flexible as a family. Petty Officer Courtney Dock, Pentagon Channel News.